Once upon a time, nestled at the edge of a great forest, stood a small, cozy cottage draped in vivid flowering vines. Here lived a poor widow with her two daughters, Snow White and Rose Red. Unlike the well-known Snow White with hair as dark as night, this Snow White had luxurious, untamed curls of raven black, contrasting sharply with her pale, fair skin. Her sister, Rose Red, possessed vibrant crimson hair that glistened like sunlit garnets and an exuberant demeanor that warmed the hearts of all who met her. The two sisters were inseparable, wandering gleefully through meadows and woods. Snow White was calm and serene, often finding solace in books, while Rose Red was a vivacious soul, basking in the joy of nature. The sisters loved their home, and their mother took pleasure in maintaining a humble yet gracious garden, nurturing an array of flowers and herbs. On a particularly frigid winter evening, as snowflakes danced outside the window, the family sat cozily by the hearth, listening to the crackling logs. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Rose Red jumped up and opened it, revealing a large bear standing before them. Rather than being frightened, the kind girl exclaimed, "Come in and warm yourself by our fire." The bear, shivering from the cold, entered and lay down near the hearth. Over time, the family grew accustomed to the beast's presence. Snow White and Rose Red stroked its thick fur, while their mother treated it as if it were a beloved pet. The bear appeared gentle and grateful, and as the weather grew colder, he visited them frequently. With the approach of spring, the bear announced it must leave to protect its treasures from greedy dwarfs dwelling in the forest. The sisters were saddened, but understood the bear had duties to fulfill. Tenderly, they bid farewell, and as the bear departed, it accidentally snagged its fur on the door latch. For an instant, they thought they caught a glimpse of golden gleam beneath, but the bear quickly vanished into the forest. As seasons changed, Snow White and Rose Red continued their exploration of the woods. One day, they stumbled upon a tree where they found a small dwarf, his beard stuck in a crevice. "Oh, you troublesome creatures!" he grumbled, wriggling in frustration. The sisters approached him with both concern and amusement, offering assistance. Despite the dwarf's irritable demeanor, they used the scissors at hand to liberate him from his predicament. "Unexpected aid from such unpredictable maidens!" he scoffed, before hurriedly departing, clutching a sack filled with shiny stones. Snow White and Rose Red were taken aback by his demeanor, but soon shrugged it off, continuing their forest quests. On another day, while following a sparkling brook, they encountered the dwarf again, this time embroiled in a new mishap. He had been attempting to catch fish when his long beard became entangled in fishing lines. "Oh, not again!" he cried out in exasperation. Yet, once more, the compassionate sisters freed him from trouble, earning nothing more than a begrudging nod before he scurried away, his bag bulging suspiciously. Summer blazed on, bathing the forest in warmth. The sisters cherished each sunlit hour, unperturbed by the curious encounters. One fateful afternoon, wandering deeper into the woods than ever before, they happened upon the dwarf again. He was surrounded by impatient bees, drawn no doubt by something sweet hidden among his belongings. This time, Snow White and Rose Red defended the troublesome creature, waving their hands in a protective dance around him. Again, like before, the dwarf shot a churlish look and fled, though his grumpy retreat elicited a chuckle from the sisters. A large bird of prey had seized him in its talons and ascended towards the sky. Without hesitation, quick-witted Rose Red seized hold of the dwarf's long braided beard, anchoring him to the ground and causing the bird to release its captive in surprise. Reluctantly grateful, the dwarf grumbled incoherently before vanishing into the shadows with his precious bundle. It seemed to the sisters that wherever they ventured, the mischievous dwarf always awaited them to play the protagonist in his latest dilemma. One luminous autumn evening, as the forest blended into the twilight, the sisters strolled along a familiar path, their arms laden with berries collected for their mother. Beneath the rustling branches, they suddenly noticed the dwarf once more. But this time, he was in the company of a tall, imposing figure. As they approached, surprise washed over them like a refreshing breeze. The bear they had befriended stood there, towering over the diminutive dwarf. To their astonishment, the bear shed its shaggy exterior, revealing a tall, handsome prince bathed in an ethereal glow. With elegance and grace, he revealed the truth. The dwarf, a greedy creature of magic, had cast him under a terrible spell. Only through selfless acts and kindness shown to the most thankless would the curse unravel. Thanks to the sisters' boundless compassion, he was liberated at last. The dwarf, bereft of his malice, became more docile, retreating into the forest's depths to repent for his misdeeds. Now freed, the prince extended his gratitude, inviting Snow White and Rose Red to his kingdom. Joyfully they accepted his invitation and journeyed to the prince's castle nestled amongst emerald hills. There they were welcomed with open arms. The sisters and the prince shared many stories over candlelit banquets and lively garden soirees. Time flowed like a gentle stream, and in due course, Snow White and Rose Red each found their hearts interwoven with the kingdom's gentle rulers. Snow White wed the prince, her quiet grace a perfect match for his valor. Soon after, the sisters' hearts were filled with even more happiness when Rose Red found warmth and love in the heart of the prince's brave younger sibling. Their mother moved to the castle, where she too was cherished, and the garden thrived anew, her wisdom in cultivating its beauty matched only by her daughter's delightful presence in the kingdom. Thus their lives were woven into a tapestry of harmony and joy, and although their story began with icy winters, it unfolded with the warmth of eternal spring, painting a fairy tale of love, resilience, and kindness that echoed throughout the ages. And so, Snow White and Rose Red lived happily ever after, cherished aptly by those who understood the boundless magic of compassion and kindness, and forever a testament to the light these virtues bring into the world.